Hi, I'm Steve Adams from Racing Index. In this video I'll be taking a look at the Tic Tac Tips horse racing tipster. Tic Tac Tips have been proofing their selections to Racing Index since March 2006 and are the longest serving tipster, having proofed their selections for nearly 15 years now. They were therefore a natural choice when I was looking for services to manually proof selections. Since the start of this year, I've been checking the odds available on their tips at the time that their email hits my inbox, and in a moment I'll show you the results comparison to see if it's possible to achieve better returns taking an early price on their selections. But before I do that, I'll explain a little about the Tic Tac Tips service, so let's switch over to the computer and take a look at their website. Tic Tac Tips is run by a guy called Steve. And as I say, he's been proofing his selections to Racing Index since 2006. And judging by the look of the website, I'm pretty sure it hasn't been redesigned at all during that time. It looks really dated and it's not mobile friendly at all. And with over 50% of people accessing websites via their mobile devices these days, it really does need an update. However, having said that, you'd be foolish to dismiss the service based on its looks, as I believe Steve's horse racing selections have a lot to offer. If I click on membership, you'll see that he offers both horse racing and golf membership. Now you can either subscribe to one or the other, or you can combine them in one subscription. If I click on horse racing, so he offers 1 month, 3 month, 6 month and 12 months subscriptions. So the 1 month is £40, which that would work out at £480 a year. So you can see subscribing for longer periods actually saves you quite a bit of money on the overall price. Now if you wanted to include the golf membership, just click back there. So that's £50 per month for the racing and golf. That's an extra £10 if you want to combine the two. And £375 for the year. So that's £75 more over the space of the year. Now as to whether it's worthwhile subscribing to the golf, I've never seen any of the golf selections. But when I was looking at the web design, and I looked back at the Wayback Machine to see whether it had changed over the years. If I just flick over to there now, you'll see here's a snapshot from Wayback Machine from the 27th of April 2017. Now if you see the golf profit, it was £42,095 back then. And we've jumped back forward to current day, so it's £42,095. And you'll see now it's £31,775. So it's actually gone down over £10,000 over that 3.5 years. As I say, I've not seen the golf, but based on the figures that are shown there over that 3.5 year drop, without any other evidence, I would say just subscribe to the horse racing only. Steve sends his selections out each day by email, and they usually come out between about 10 and 11 o'clock. Sometimes a bit earlier, sometimes a bit later, but usually before midday. And his bet advice is either quarter, half, 3/4 or 1 point stake. I looked back through about the last year and a half, and during that time he's pretty much always done 1/4 point each way stakes. So all his bets are each way, and he's done 1/4 point each way bets. I think there was only 2 that were half point, so pretty much always it's going to be 1/4 point bet. So if you were following his selections, you'd have to work out, maybe you do £5 per 1/4 point, £10 per 1/4 point. So if you did £5 per 1/4 point each way, that'd be a £10 total stake. £10 per 1/4 point, it'd be £20. Obviously raise your stakes accordingly if you prefer to have bigger bets. Just make sure you've only bet with money you can afford to lose. So if I switch over now to the Tic Tac Tips proof selections on Racing Index, if I scroll down to the bottom, you'll see that, as I said, he's been proofing selections since 2006. Let me scroll back up. The majority of these years he's actually returned a profit, and I'm showing here the figures based on 1 point level stakes, so that's 0.5 points each way. So Betfair SP didn't actually come into 2011. Back there we've shown SP plus 15% to indicate the better prices you could get by betting on Betfair. As from 2011, that's when Betfair SPs came in. And looking at these figures, I quite expect if you've taken an early price now with the best odds guaranteed bookmakers, that you'll be able to achieve better returns than what's actually been shown. So if I scroll back up to 2021, because that's the period I'm most interested in, because since the start of 2021, I've been monitoring all the selections based on the bookmaker early prices, and so I want to compare the returns you get with Betfair SP against taking the early bookmaker prices. You see there's 17 selections. There was actually 17 in January, but for some reason he forgot to proof one of the selections in January. I'm not quite sure why that was. So when I'm doing the comparison against the advised early prices, I'll be taking that extra bet into consideration. And you can see that he's made a good start to February with just the one selection. That was a 4-1 winner advised at 5-1. And one thing that's quite interesting is that the SP profit is actually higher than the Betfair SP profit. Now with his staking method of doing each way bets, often Betfair SP isn't the best way to bet those ones, because what we're showing here within the proofing area is the Betfair place SPs, which often don't work out compared to the each way equivalent percentages. So certainly taking bookmaker prices when you're looking at each way bets is going to be a better way than looking at Betfair SPs. So if we take a look now at the Tic Tac tips selections since the start of 2021. So they've had 18 bets, of which 9 of them are successful, given a 50% strike rate. Now when I say 9 of those are successful, obviously they're each way bets. So sometimes the bet might be say a 5-1 shot or quarter odds, so it's only just about breaking even, just a very slight profit. Of those 18, only actually 4 of the horses actually won their race, so that's just over 22% strike rate. Now obviously it's been a very disrupted month with the weather, giving frozen courses, waterlogged courses. So once the weather improves, I expect to see more selections. And if we look down at the figures here, the important ones, so 1.89 points based on starting price, and that's increased to 3.35 points if you're taking the best odds guarantee prices. Now, 3.35 points profit doesn't sound a great deal, but if you look on the return on investment, we've only actually staked 9 points. That's actually a 37% return on investment. If we now look at the graph, you'll see how the performance has fared over the actual month. So a slight loss at the start. We then had a couple of winning bets, pretty much breaking even until those last 2 bets have put it into nice little profits. And on that graph, I haven't actually got the Betfair starting price performance because those figures are on the website, but I haven't got those in my spreadsheet. But the Betfair SP, as we saw, was just below the starting price figure. I'm going to continue to monitor the Tic Tac tips selections on their advised early prices, but I'll do a quick summary of so far. The website has been around for the past 15 years. It's proved reliable and has stood the test of time when many other tipping sites have come and gone over the years. Backing at Betfair SP, selections have returned a profit in 12 of those 15 years. Bigger profits could have been had in recent years by taking advantage of best odds guaranteed prices. Selections are sent out mid-morning in plenty of time to get your bets on, and by the time the bets are sent out, the early odds markets are well established, so there should be no issue getting your bets on at advised prices without drawing yourself to the attention of the bookmakers. With the types of race that they bet in, there's no worry about trying to get on with bookmakers to offer the extra places. So the email that gets sent out is a very simple message just saying the time of the race, the advised stake, the name of the horse and which bookmaker is offering the best odds. So the example here, the 110 race at Lingfield, a quarter point each way bet on Big Nasty 9-2 and Bet365 are offering the best odds guaranteed prices. All selections are advised each way, which is one of the reasons why the results in the proofing area don't do the service justice, as the Betfair Place SPs are often a lot lower than the each way equivalent percentages. January's advised price returns have been much better than those based upon Betfair SP, and the bad weather has caused a lot of meetings to be cancelled, so there hasn't been a great deal of races to assess yet. I'll be continuing to monitor selections based upon early prices and expect to see significant better returns than Betfair SP. I'll be uploading more videos over the coming days for other tipsters I've been monitoring, both free and paid, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you get notified when more videos are uploaded.